Tadavipretamalaksha Tadavipretamalaksha Brataro Chuta Choditaha Brataro Chuta Choditaha Dhanam Prahinam Ajasrur Dhanam Prahinam Ajasrur Udecham Disiburisaha Udecham Disiburisaha Tadabhi Pretamalaksha Bhataro Chuta Choditaha Dhanam Prahinam Ajasrur Udecham Disiburisaha disi bhurishaha.
Tadavipretam alakshya.
Tadavipretam alakshya. Brataro chutachodita. Dhanam prahinam ajarur. Udicam disi bhurishaha. Dhanam prahinam ajarur. Udicam disi bhurishaha. Tadapi pretam alakshya. Tat his abhipretam wishes of the mind, alaksha observing, brataraha his brothers, achyuta the infallible Lord Sri Krishna, choditaha being advised by, dhanam riches, prahinam to collect, ajaruhu brought about, udichyam northern, disi direction, bhurisaha sufficient. Please repeat. Understanding the hearty wishes of the king, his brothers, as advised by the infallible Lord Krishna, collected sufficient riches from the north, left by King Maruta. Maharaj, purport by His Evangelist Bhaktivinoda Swami Prabhupada ki. Maharaj Maruta, one of the great emperors of the world, he reigned over the world long before the reign of Maharaj Yudhishthir. He was the son of Maharaj Avikshit and was a great devotee of the son of the sun god, known as Yamraja. His brother Samvarta was a rival priest of the great Brihaspati, the learned priest of the demigods. He conducted one sacrifice called Sankara Yagya, by which the Lord was so satisfied that he was pleased to hand over to him the charge of a mountain peak of gold. This peak of gold is somewhere in the Himalaya mountains, and modern adventurers may try to find it there. He was so powerful an emperor that at the day's end of sacrifice, the demigods from the other planets, like Indra, Chandra, and Brihaspati, used to visit his palace. And because he had the gold peak of at his disposal, he had sufficient gold in his possession. The canopy of the sacrificial altar was completely made of gold. In his daily performances of the sacrificial ceremonies, some of the inhabitants of the Vayuloka, airy planets, were invited to expedite the cooking work of the ceremony. And the assembly of the demigods in the ceremony was led by Vishwadeva. By his constant pious work, he was able to drive out all kinds of diseases from the jurisdiction of his kingdom. Of the inhabitants of higher planets like Devalok and Pitralok were pleased with him for his great sacrificial ceremonies. Every day he used to give the charity to the learned brahmanas such things as bedding, seats, conveyances, and sufficient quantities of gold. Because of munificent charities and performances of innumerable sacrifices, the king of the heavens, Indradev, was fully satisfied with him and always wished for his welfare. Due to his pious activities, he remained a young man. Throughout his life, and reigned over the world for 1,000 years, surrounded by his satisfied subjects, ministers, legitimates with sons and brothers. Even Lord Sri Krishna praised his spirit of pious activities. He handed over his only daughter to Maharshi Angira, and by his good blessing, he was elevated to the kingdom of heaven. First of all, he wanted to offer the priesthood of his sacrifices to learned Brihaspati, but the demigod refused to accept the post because of the king's being human being, a man of his earth, of this earth. He was very sorry for this, but on the advice of Narada Muni, he appointed Samvarta to the post, and he was successful in his mission. The success of a particular type of sacrifice completely depends on the priest in charge. In this age, all kinds of sacrifices are forbidden because there is no learned priest among the so-called Brahmanas who go by the false notion of becoming sons of Brahmanas without Brahmanical qualification. In this age of Kali, therefore, only one kind of sacrifice is recommended, Sankirtan Yagya, as inaugurated by Lord Chaitanya by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Om Jnana Timirandasya Jnanandana Salakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. Sri Chaitanya Manobishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadhamayam Dadati Swapadantikam. He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namastute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhi Vrindavaneshware Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Pancha Kalpa Tarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namah. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaur Bhaktavrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Rama, Hare Krishna. So first of all, I'd like to express my heartfelt joy for being here with all of you. And I was already in Canada for already 1 month, not less than 1 month, 3 weeks. I was traveling to different places. Finally, I'm here. And I'll be also going to Ottawa and also Montreal. And then I'm coming back for the big festival. Hari Jagannath Rath Yatra Ki. So here, a little bit of the background of the birth of Emperor Parikshit. Parikshit means the examiner. He became examining. What he was examining is because he saw the Lord while he was in the womb. So he saw, that's the sanskar he got. Very nice sanskar. Prabhupada mentioned that he also got the same sanskar. When Prabhupada was small boy, the parent gave Prabhupada a set of Radha Krishna. Prabhupada will be going with that everywhere. He would also worship, right? And Srila Prabhupada mentioned that he was worshipping when he was a small boy. But then when the study started, there was some pause. some neglect. He was not doing because he was studying. He has to study. But then when he met his spiritual master, Srila Bhakti Siddhanta, and that's how the whole thing started again. He became a disciple, and then he started ISKCON all over the world and establishing many, many deities all over the world. You see that sanskar, how it brought him Prabhupada to do all ISKCON, to establish ISKCON. Because when he was small, he was given Radha Govinda, I think, right? Deity. And he would worship that. And to some time he was neglected because he was studying. But then when he met spiritual master, then that revived again, right? So he was able to establish deities all over the world. But here, Parishit Maharaj is the examiner. He was examining who is that person I saw within the womb, right? So, and then like saying, oh, this is not the one. No, not this one. Not this one. Not this one. Oh, this one. Lakshmi also happened to Lakshmi. Lakshmi was born from the ocean of churning ocean, right? So when she was born, and she was looking also, where is my partner? Who is my partner? My real partner? Not this one. She saw the demigods. No. This is a mortal being. This one, no. This mortal being. This one, no. Yes. Then finally she saw Vishnu. This is the one. Right? So Parishit Maharaj also, he was saved in the womb by Lord Krishna. Krishna came himself to save him. He saw the Lord there. And somebody may ask, so why Krishna did not save Parishit Maharaj at the time of death? But Parishit Maharaj was a great personality. He could have counteracted the curse, but he had welcomed it. He said, maybe that's a punishment for me, right? But he welcomed it. He said, even let death come, I'm ready for it, right? At the end. This is called the art of dying. People talk about the art of living. But this one is, art of dying is more important. Whole of Bhagavatam is this art of dying, how to die, how to leave this world. He asked a question, Parishit Maharaj, before Sukadeva Goswami came, he was asking a question to the Brahmanas who were assembled. Just before Sukadeva Goswami arrived, he said, what is the duty of everyone? And then when Sukadeva Goswami came, he asked the same question. What is the duty of every living entity? Two questions. What is the duty of every living entity? And the second question, Prabhupada, is more important. What is the duty of the living entity? What is the duty of someone who is about to die? Prabhupada said this is more important. What is the duty of someone who is about to die? And Prabhupada said this is most important. Why? Because it's applied to everybody. Because we are all about to die. Maybe 8 minutes, 8 months, 8 years, or 7 years, or 70 years. It's all the same. We are all going to die in 7 days. Am I right or not? Either Monday, Tuesday, or Wednesday, or Sunday. Right? See, 7 days. Not only Maharaj, Parikshit is going to die in 7 days. We are all going to die in 7 days. Right? But he was fortunate, Parikshit Maharaj, because He knows that he's going to die in 7 days. We don't know. And he knew that he's going to die in 7 days, and he was ready for it. He prepared for it. Right? But we don't know when we are going to die. And that's why the question came, how to, what is the duty of someone who is about to die? So, Sravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu Smaran, that's the we should be doing, right? And he went for 7 days. In fact, he was in the forest when he saw that Rishi Muni who was sitting did not say anything to him. He was thirsty, he was hungry, right? Was tired, was fatigued. But when now Parishit Maharaj came to listen Bhagavatam for 7 days, 7 nights, he was not sleeping. Did not eat and did not sleep. But in reality, he was thirsty for what? Not for food, not for water. He was thirsty for? Yes, for Bhagavatam. And he said, the more I hear, the more I want to hear. And that's the solution, in fact, for the whole world. If they want any solution in the world, that's it. Sinvata Swakatha Krishna, Punya Sravana, Kirtana. We do know this Satam. So this is the answers given by the sages, right? One should hear Bhagavat, listen to Bhagavat and chant the glories of the name of the Lord. And one will become free from fear. Parishit Maharaj, in fact, when he was born also, Yudhishthira Maharaj was looking for his, what do you call that? Horoscope? And many things mentioned that he will be like different personalities. In giving charity, he will be like King Rantidev, right? Rantidev was about to break his fast. He was fasting for so long, but was about to break his fast. There was some, who came? Chandalas? Right, the dogs, and he distributed the food. He was about to break his fast, but then he distributed all the food. Right? So in equanimity of equipoise of mind, he will be like Yudhishthira Maharaj and Lord Brahma. Equality of mind means equal vision or tolerance, because Yudhishthira Maharaj, when he was he was Kshatriya, he had to fight, but still his mind was equiposed. Yudhishthira Maharaj never had any enemy. His enemy was not born. Right? He's called Ajata Satru. Others may become enemy with him, but he is never having any enmity with anybody. Even when he was calling Duryodhan, you know how we would call Duryodhan? Not Duryodhan, because Duryodhan is like very kharab. Durbudhe is called Durbudhe, wicked-minded. But he would call him Suryodhan, not Duryodhan. He would always call him Suryodhan. Sur means good, right? Like Subhadra. Suryodhan. Never call him Duryodhan. So, yes, in the archer shooting, it would be like Arjuna, right? In spreading the fame of his family, he will be like Bharat. Not the Bharat, he said 3 types of Bharat, right? Not Bharat in Ramayana, not Jat Bharat. He said Dushanta's son, Bharat. Prabhupada said Dushanta's son, Bharat, is like the modern Tarzan. Was so powerful. So many good sign. There were very beautiful sign, auspicious sign when Parishit Maharaj was born. And today it is because of Parishit Maharaj that we are having this Srimad Bhagavatam. I said already he could have counteracted the curse, but he welcomed it. He said, this is a punishment for me. Right? So, and he was listening to Bhagavatam for 7 days. And at the end he just left, went back to Godhead. This is also called transforming adversity into opportunity. What do you do if you have some negative adversity in your life? Right? So we can see how Parishit Maharaj transformed adversity into opportunity. Adversity was what? He was cursed. He was cursed to die in 7 days. Right? But he said, welcome it. He transformed it into opportunity. It's called adversity into opportunity. Right? He just left the kingdom and went to the Ganga and meeting his spiritual master, listened to Bhagavatam and went back to Godhead. Amazing, right? Transforming adversity into opportunity. So we can learn also. I mean, there will be the obstacle in life, many adversity in our life, right? I remember one time, Indradumna Swami Maharaj, he went to see his disciple in Russia. So there was 2 disciples, mother and daughter. They were poor. And he went to see them. And then he came there, and then the daughter was 50 years. She was doctor before, but now she's not working. She had some problem, leg problem, disease, and she was bedridden. And mother was taking care of the daughter. Mother was 80 years old. So Maharaj came and asked, how are you? And the Mataji was on the bed. She said, Gurudev, I am fine. She was bedridden. But she said, I am fine. And Gurudev said, how can you say you're fine? You're in bed for 6 months. And then she said, Gurudev, yes, Krishna has taken everything from me. Because he is not working also now. No finance like that. But Gurudev, Krishna has given me time to chant Hare Krishna. Krishna has given me time to chant because she's bedridden, cannot do anything else. Not even working. Cannot earn money also. But Krishna has put me here so that I will be able to chant. That he can do. That much he can do. And said, Krishna has given me time. Krishna has taken everything away from me. But he has given me time to chant Hare Krishna. What's more important? So, this is also called transforming adversity into opportunity. It will come. Doesn't mean that when we become devotee, we won't face difficulty. It will be there. What is Krishna saying in Bhagavad Gita? Matras parsas kunteya sutasna sukadugata agamapayano nityas tam stitikva sashva bharata. What is Krishna saying in that verse? Happiness and distress will come and go. Like summer and winter. Then he said, one must learn how to tolerate. Learn how to tolerate means it will come. Right? The distress will come, the negative will come, even though we are devotees. But Krishna is saying one must learn how to tolerate it. But Parishit Maharaj did not just only tolerate it, he went beyond that. Right? Went beyond. And So he was listening. This is a way how one can become immortal. So we see the art of dying. One time I was in one place, went to one shop. There was a lady, and the lady saw me at Hare Krishna Day, and she asked me a question. Are you a priest? I said, yes, I'm a Hare Krishna priest. And she said that my uncle is bedridden and he's in coma and he's breathing heavily. And all the family members are very scared, at the last moment when someone is in coma and is breathing heavily. And she asked me, but why is he not going? Why is he still here? Why is he not going, leaving this body? They're all scared at home. And I said, you should not think like that, because your uncles had done so much for you all. Now this is precious time to prepare him for his departure. Why are you thinking when he's going to go? You should prepare for his departure. That's the right time. The art of dying. Do some kirtan, put some Prabhupada kirtan there also can be. Or some tilak, kantimala, tilak, tulsi also. Some tulsi can be placed. Put a picture of Radha Krishna there, you can see. He's in coma. But a kirtan, he will get a benefit, definitely. He's not dead, he's still in coma, he's still conscious. Right? So preparation is important. This is why it's a lifetime of preparation to leave this body in this material world. So Sukadeva Goswami, Maharaj Parikshit, very, very exemplary in that. And now here, Yudhishthira Maharaj is preparing to perform a host sacrifice because he was thinking that they have done, this war was there and killing of so many people to become free from the sin if they perform a false sacrifice, but there was not enough fun. So by the advice of Krishna is giving advice here and told them that they have to go to the king, what's the name? Maruta, Maharaj Maruta. You can imagine even the Pandavas also very wealthy, but still it was not enough fun to perform this sacrifice, and they were told to go to that Maruta king. He was so rich in the Himalaya mountain, and this king, when he would perform, when he was performing yajna, he would give the brahmanas plenty of gold, tons of gold. Everything was made of gold, the canopy, everything was made of gold. And so much gold that even the brahmanas could not take all of them. We wish that they could have sent some here. We can build temple and there was so much they could not bring home. And some of the gold were left there, the plates and made of gold, the pots were left there. And now here, the Pandavas, they have to go there and collect the leftover. How much gold, how much rich they were at that time. Nowadays we claim that we are richer. This is not true. But we are eating on plastic plates. Everything is plastic, the car is made of plastic, everything. But their gold were left over. And the Pandavas has to go there in the Himalaya, right? To go and collect those gold that was left over, to bring, to have fun, to be able to perform this yajna. Yajna is important to get rid of all these sinful activities that has happened during the war, killing of so many people. Of course, Yudhishthira Maharaj is sinless, definitely. And but Prabhupada is also mentioning that this kind of sacrifice, this kind of yajna is not possible in this age of Kali. Because we don't have the yagnik brahmanas who can perform this kind of sacrifice. Kolo Sudra Sambhava. We are all born Sudra. There's no qualified. Because those times the brahmanas, they were not lighting the fire with much stick. But with mantra, swaha, they would just light with mantra. It's not qualified. Brahmanas nowadays, especially in this age of Kali. And here Prabhupada is saying the sons of the Brahmanas, they are not practicing Brahmanical life. If you go to Vrindavan, those Brahmanas in Vrindavan, their sons are not becoming Brahmanas. Their sons are going to Delhi, they study. They want to become engineers and doctors. But engineers, doctors are not Brahmanical work, right? So, of course, among Brahmanas, he's saying here, Brahmanas, we have Brahmana Bandhu. They are called Brahmana Bandhu. Those who are born in Brahman family, they are called Brahmana Bandhu, friend of the Brahmanas. Right? So because they're not practicing, only they are born in Brahman family, but they are called Brahmana Bandhu. And then the Brahmanas, first they are called Brahmanas, yes. When Brahmanas makes progress, they start to study Shastra, then they are called Vipra. Right? First Brahmana and then they become Vipra. And when the Vipras make progress, then it's called Vaishnava. Ribol. Because we can say Vaishnavas are postgraduate Brahmana. Right? Vaishnavas are postgraduate Brahmanas. So it's Brahmana Bandhu, Brahmanas, Vipra, and then Vaishnavas. That's how it works. Because Vaishnavas are higher. Right? They're higher. So they're postgraduate. But nowadays, we don't have the qualified Brahmanas to perform that kind of yajna. And Prabhupada is saying the yajna recommended in this age is Sankirtan yajna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. And this is mentioned in Shastra also. In the Upanishad. Which Upanishad? Kali Santara Upanishad. When the Brahmanas, when the Mayavadi, they were arguing with Mahaprabhu, he said, you are sannyasi, you're supposed to be reading. Why are you chanting? You're supposed to be reading Vedanta. And Mahaprabhu said, yes. My Guru Maharaj told me I am a fool number. I cannot understand Vedanta, so he told me to chant Hare Krishna. And he quoted one verse. Hare Nam, Hare Nam eva kevalam kalo nasteva gatir anyata. He quoted that verse. But here, the Mayavadis cannot deny this. They know this verse. Because it's coming from Kali. Because the Mayavadis, they read a lot of Upanishad. Very, very fond of reading Upanishad. Because Upanishad is part of the Vedas. Kali Santara Upanishad is Upanishad. They know. So they cannot deny it because they know. They are learned. If they say they don't know, then they won't be recognized as learned, right? because they are learned. They can't deny it, but they can't say it also. If they will say, then that will be against their philosophy. Right? They can't deny, they cannot say also. Right? They know this verse. Because it's from Upanishad. And then they said, okay. Mahaprabhu, you are chanting fine. But why are you dancing? And then Mahaprabhu said, well, that's what question I asked my Guru Maharaj. I went back to my Guru Maharaj. Kiba mantra dilago sai kiba bal japite karila pagal. What kind of mantra you have given to me, my Gurudev? When I'm chanting, I'm becoming pagal. I'm becoming mad. We all becoming mad, right? We're dancing today. Who dance? Those who are pagal. If you're not pagal for Krishna, you'll become pagal for Maya. Definitely. Somewhere we have to be pagal. Pagal means mad, right? Madness. We have to become mad. People are mad today. They're smoking and drinking alcohol. If you put fire and alcohol together, what happens? It burns. But they're burning the body before the body dies. It's not madness. Fire and alcohol it's burn, explode. But they're burning the body before dying. So, and then the Mayavad sannyasi said, okay. Gurudev told him that. Gurudev told me that, yeah, this is the result. The result of chanting, you become mad. You start to dance, roditi, you start to cry, harshati, laughing, and nrityati, start to dance. And then the Mayavadi sannyasi said, okay, fine, you're chanting, dancing, but why you're not reading Vedanta? And Mahaprabhu said, Vedanta is pure. Vedanta is pure like the sunshine. The only problem is a Mayavad interpretation. This is like the dark cloud covering the sunshine. So Mayavad interpretation, they always speculate, very dangerous. And this is, they divert, but this is what is mentioned in Kali Yuga. The sacrifice needs to be done. And what is called? Krishna Varnam Tusa Krishnam Sangopangastra Parshadam Yagyai Sankirtana. Last it said, intelligent people will worship that incarnation who inaugurated the Sankirtan. Intelligent people. So it means you are all intelligent here. Right? Because that verse is saying intelligent people who worship Mahaprabhu. So you're all worshipping Mahaprabhu. So you can claim. You can tell people, I'm intelligent. Because this verse is saying those who are intelligent will worship the Supreme Mahaprabhu. Because he came to inaugurate that Sankirtan Yagya. Hare Krishna. Bhagavatam ki. Do you have time for question? Yeah, any question or any comments? Most welcome.
When you said that we should tolerate even if it's distress or happiness, is there any practical steps that we can do to keep our mindset that stable, that whenever distress comes, we don't forget about Krishna, and happiness comes, we don't forget about him? Like, how can we tolerate, especially the distress in our lives? And we usually forget Krishna during that time and start blaming him. You did it to us. So, what can we do to tolerate?
That's explained also if we read, if we understand, we hear about the pain. I think that is coming here also. When Parishit Maharaj, he saw the bull and the cows were being beaten by a Sudra, disguised as a king. That's Kali. So Parishit Maharaj came and asked. He knew, Parishit Maharaj already saw it, that the bulls and the cows were beaten by the Sudra. But still Parishit Maharaj came and asked, who has hurt you? Who has beaten you? He was asking the bull. And the bull was saying, you know what he said? The bull said, it's very difficult to ascertain. It's very difficult to ascertain who is a cause of our suffering. Because there are many philosophers. You know the six philosophy? You heard of that? Huh? Darshana, Sikh Darshana. Because they explain the cause of all causes in different ways. Some will say the cause is material nature. Some will say the cause is atomic energy. Some will say the cause is karma mimamsa. Karma means your action. Vyasadeva only said, who is the cause of all causes? Krishna is the cause of all causes. So Brahmaji is saying that Tatenukampam Susamikshamanu. Brahmaji is saying that one who accepts the suffering as his karma, waiting for the mercy of the Lord, liberation becomes his rightful claim. Understand this point? Brahmaji is saying, one who accepts his suffering as his own karma, and then waiting for the blessing of the Lord, so liberation becomes his rightful claim. That's Brahmaji saying that. So when we read that, we understand this, then we can actually understand how to tolerate. And what is Avanti Brahmana saying? Avanti Brahmana is saying, you know, you like Rasgulla? Right? So if you're eating Rasgulla, and at times it happened that it's so sweet that you bite your tongue. Any food, sometimes you bite your tongue. It's painful. Who do you blame? The Rasgulla? Or the cook? Whose action was it? My own action. You can't blame anybody. It was my own action. Right? This understanding is what Avanti Brahmana is saying. You know? So he said like that. So if he gave that example. If you're eating, you bite your tongue, so you cannot blame anybody. It's my own action. I'm getting what I deserved. You know? We don't get what we want. Do we get what we want? Nobody gets what we want. We get what we deserve according to our karma. We are born in a country according to what we deserve. We are born in family according to what we deserve. One is married to wife or husband according to what she or he deserved. You know, we don't get what we want. No, we get what we deserve according to karma. So understanding all these points helps us to tolerate. And Krishna is saying one must learn how to tolerate things in life. You know, don't be disturbed when something is happening. Just be cool mind and tolerate it. And then it will go. Right? Hare Krishna. All right, yes.
Hare Krishna Maharaj. Thank you so much for the wonderful class. My question is, when you mentioned that Parikshit Maharaj, when he got the curse, so he welcomed the curse, and then he went to the banks of Ganga, and he started fasting till that, right? So did he knew already that the sadhus and the Shukdev Goswami will be coming there to help him for spiritual inquiry?
In fact, great king Parishit Maharaj, when he was born, he was also I heard he was also given the deities or dolls in the form of dolls, when he was small. But when he became king, he was also organizing Sankirtan, different parts of the world. And and he was cursed, he welcomed it. And then great king, what they do, they also, Prashinabarhi was also like that. Prashinabarhi, he was a king. When Narad Muni talked to him, Narad Muni transformed him, he became devotee, great devotee. He just left. He left, did not even go home. Right on the spot, he renounced the kingdom. Did not go home, I have to pay this debt, I have to make this, I have to marry my son, no. Right away when Narad Muni preached to him, right on the spot, he just renounced everything. He went to the forest. From there, he went to the forest. He did not go home to renounce, From there, he went to the forest. He renounced everything. So Parishit Maharaj also. And now, Prashnabar, he said he has sent message home. Tell my son I'm renouncing, he can take over. So Parishit Maharaj also did not waste time. He just renounced everything, right on the spot. And then he went to the Ganga. No, but because he was the king, there was already many sages already assembled. They also got the news that Parishit will be fast till death. So they got the news. He went there, and there was already many, they got the news spread that Parishit Maharaj, the king, he's a saintly king, not just a king. He's a, how do you call? Rajarshi, right? So the news already spread. And the king is going to renounce, going to fast till death. That's a big program, right? So many sages were there. Already he was there. Then Sukadeva Goswami came, right? Then he came, and then he was sitting on the asana and speak. So this is the picture, how it happened, right? So first he was asking questions from the sages who were sitting there. There were also Vyasadeva, Narad Muni. So he was asking the question from the sages, and then Sukadeva Goswami came. Welcome Sukadeva Goswami, and they asked question from Sukadeva Goswami. Okay, thank you. Srimad Bhagavatam ki, Srila Prabhupada ki, Nidai Gaur Premanande.